Now you know what's showing on screen. You can see that camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Show enough.
Show enough.
Exactly.
What gets you to buying a new GTA, Clay?
I don't understand the question. What gets me to buy it?
Yeah, like you already have it. Several copies of it.
Yeah, but it's not remastered, Joe.
What? I mean, it's rumor right now, but what is worth that they would remaster? You know what I mean?
One, if this rumor is true, it's going to come to Switch, which I can now take GTA Vice City on the go, which would be awesome. Because the cell phone version sucks. So I don't want to do that. But two, if it's remastered, it's going to look better and play better, and I want to experience that as well.
Okay. I mean, I just want to know what it took.
Yeah.
Because we're still dealing with like GTA 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like...
And I'm tired of GTA 5.
Cool that you've given us remasters of older games that everybody has several copies of. On their mobile phones and everything, but
I would choose to play GTA Vice City and GTA 3 over Vice or over 5 any day of the week. I think they are superior games.
Like a waste of time.
How?
Not for the fandom person, but for somebody who's just like, hey, what's up? Browse. Not for the fan person collector, but for like everyone else who's waiting for a brand new game. You know what I mean? You can't just remaster something and then call it a brand new game.
It's not a new game, it's a remaster of the game.
Right. Hey, thanks for the follow.
There are enough foregathers. There are enough fans of 3 and Vice City out there that this is a good idea.
I don't doubt. Yeah. I don't doubt. People are LARPing freaking GTA 5. No problem. It's a huge Clay's a remaster.
Thank you, Cousin Robus.
It's a huge franchise. I'm not taking away from that, but it's just like, dude, you have other things that you need to focus on.
Look, Rockstar North, if this thing is true, Rockstar North, who is the main GTA house, Rockstar North is currently making GTA 6 right now, if rumors are believed to be true.
Right.
Rockstar Dundee, who this is, had some free spare time, and they were like, yo...
Wait, what's their name?
Dundee. Like crocodile.
Like Australia?
Dundee.
Actually, Dundee is... they're also located in Scotland, just like Rockstar North.
Oh. All right.
Coming from the land up...
Rockstar North 2.
Yes, Rockstar North 2,
What's
yeah.
up, Thanks for joining us, by the way.
BK has a point here. Red Dead 1 remastered after the GTA trilogy. That, in this article, they actually call that out. And they say, if these sell well, then they're going to remaster Red Dead 1.
Right.
Which would be...
gonna buy them all.
I would... I think Red Dead 1, in my opinion, is a better game than Red Dead 2. I would play 1 again any day of the week. What I'd be interested in is okay, so if you play 1, like Red Dead 1, which is only available on the PS3 and the 360, but they did a lot of upscaling on that game for the Xbox One X, and like faster frame rates, better visuals, better draw distance, things like that. The game looks awesome if you're playing it on a 1X or even like a Series X. I'd be interested if they were to remaster Red Dead 1, would it look any better than it currently does now on the Xbox? Because the Xbox version is way ahead of the PS3 version.
Right.
So it's like, I'd be interested, Red Dead 1 remastered now for whatever, like Xbox Series X. And it's like, it's probably going to be the same game. Yeah. But yeah, Red Dead 1 is way better than Red Dead 2. Like, I do not understand how people are so in love with Red Dead 2. That game was boring as hell.
I guess because of the RP part of it for the multiplayer.
Oh, the multiplayer is a dumpster fire too. Like, Red Dead Online is horrible.
I mean, there's some people that do RP on it, so.
Yeah, they need to find lives.
Damn.
Yeah.
I said it. Not me.
I did, and I meant it. That's right.
Alrighty. We are at 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that.
Just started.
How's everybody doing? By the way, if you haven't followed us on Twitch by now, we're doing a giveaway. $25 Steam gift card.
Ooh.
Yeah. For
can I get it on?
no.
Oh.
No, the rules are posted on nerdjunkies.com/giveaway. Yeah.
Man, you know how long it's been since I've been to nerdjunkies.com? I only focus on the Discord, son.
Yeah, well, that's also on nerdjunkies.com/discord.
Hey!
Are you Wankers going to play any games tonight on the channel? I don't know. I'm going to be out this evening until around maybe 7 or 8 Pacific. But then I should be able to play something after. Joe, if you finally want to play The Descent, or if we want to play more Back 4 Blood or something.
So I was thinking about taking advantage of Back 4 Blood, especially because either Mel... I don't know if Mel, you're going to go to sleep right after this?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Clay and I can do it. Whoever else is on chat can do it. If you want to join up on, what is it, 4-player?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still have it installed, so...
Yeah.
Like...
And then we were going to play The Descent sometime this next week.
The Ascent.
Ascent.
The Ascent.
So you're
I
ascending?
mean, there is a game called
You're ascending, not descending.
Why is Mel sleepy? Too much spark plugs work?
Exactly.
She has an update, and it's an in-place upgrade, so
Yeah.
it takes all night.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 megabytes of RAM.
It's like one of those Apple updates. Like anytime you do it, it's like 4 hours of just watching a status bar.
Yeah, and usually like those 4 hours come in the most convenient time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least I'm not Warzone, Call of Duty.
Like just 400 gigs of
400 gigs. 400 gigs of content, no anti-cheat.
Yeah.
How do you... I don't even... Nope. How do you develop a game that's that big, can't squeeze in an anti-cheat?
Yeah, but if they did put an anti-cheat in there, everybody would just bitch about that.
Yeah, but that's where some people are saying online are like, maybe there's an advantage for them not putting an anti-cheat so that way they can keep on having Warzone be talked about cheaters and all that stuff. So it's like no bad press is, or no press is bad press. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad press.
Right.
There you go.
All right.
But it is Activision, and they are swimming in bad press right now. So it's like, they are backstroking their way through bad press right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's get going on with the game news this week. Let's go.
It's that time for our weekly Game News Live podcast.
Hey, so anyway.
Be a part of the show by joining us at nerdthings.com/Twitch.
Hey, so about
Live,
that.
Saturdays at 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Featuring your host,
DoorDash users in chat.
check out my
on
social
the
security
stream
number.
switchboard.
Joe, I didn't give you my credit card number.
No, you need to give me
back
your
for that
CSV
thing,
code.
right? Okay, yeah. It's,
Oh, hello, everyone.
oh, hello, cherished friends and
Oh, man,
followers.
we really missed you.
Every one of you, except Dark Zero.
Be like, wait a second. I heard
Our
that.
resident troll.
Be like, I heard that. That means the audio is working. Like,
Oh wow!
It's going to
hi.
be to a point where he's like, I feel something in the force.
yeah, right.
Someone-
It's as if suddenly millions of voices cried out, and the audio was too low.
Yeah. Right.
You see what I did
funny.
there? I mixed a Star Wars line with what he does.
I see what you did.
You get it?
Hey, Raven, how you?
What's up, Raven?
Hey, Raven.
All right, so we got some game news. We
Ooh,
got some game
Taco Bell.
releases, and I think we have a rumor control this week. So
Oh, do we ever?
yeah,
Oh,
let's,
no.
yeah, Clay's
Oh.
off.
We have
Clay's
the
ready
single
for it.
greatest rumor control of all time.
Yeah, we should get to it then. We're gonna get started with the game releases just to get those out of the way.
Mhm.
I believe this week we have like about 5 or 6. So
There
we're
was, I think there's 5 now. I had to cut like 2 out
gonna,
because it was just getting too big.
are we doing
it was-
Road 96?
That's up to you. I personally don't care about this game at all, but I know it does have some traction, so we might as well mention it.
Yeah, fuck it, we're doing it live.
I know
Scrambled eggs.
someone will probably actually like that game because they usually like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you like brawlers and you haven't had enough of the current
wait a minute.
brawlers that are out there,
Wait,
Technically, Madden was first, Joe, but
Yeah.
why though? Why?
bro,
Nobody cares Madden.
following the script here.
bro, do you even Madden, bro?
I don't want a Madden.
Bro,
Madden sucks.
look,
Sports games, things I can do
Look.
in real life.
look, I am not a sports baller myself, okay, but Madden is quite big. It makes a lot of money.
I get it.
Madden Bowl, bro. Do you even?
But yes, Madden 22 is up.
Next, okay.
Next.
Yes, fine
Yeah,
print.
you
Yeah.
EA is releasing more football. Got it. Next.
Yeah.
All right.
Copy pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy.
Now on to the star of this week,
not yet.
No?
Mayhem Brawler.
Yeah.
I've been watching this game for like over a year now, just like random trailers and news articles about this, and I was like, I am definitely 100 million% playing this when it comes out. Steam, technically it is a last gen game, so like Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, 90s beat 'em up brawler goodness. If you're new to the genre, Streets of Rage 4.
Yep.
You know, like, this looks like it was ripped right out of Streets of Rage 4, but it's a 3-player co-op game. Looks awesome. This game looks so fun. I am
There's
dying to
something
get my
about
hands
games
on
like this that are just like so nostalgic, right? Because
it. Ugh.
because you're able to play with your friends and not even have to deal with the problems that didn't even, like, you had to actually go visit your friends at their house to even play these kind of games in multiplayer, which was the only way it was worth it in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like single player was like, okay, I can handle that for like about an hour.
yeah. I know.
Playing multiplayer was awesome.
I know, and we're going to get to Grand Theft Auto here in a few minutes, but like, I know everybody thinks I just play Grand Theft Auto Vice City and that's it. 90s era brawlers, my favorite video game genre there is.
Yeah.
I love these games. and I am so excited when new ones come out.
Yeah.
Like, mad pumped for this. Cannot wait to play this.
Yeah, it's cool. I believe this one is going for Steam, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Like, if they say Xbox One, that means it should be compatible with anything afterwards, right?
Yeah, so basically anything that's on the Xbox One, aside from Kinect games, which, if you guys remember the Kinect from 7 years ago, anything that's not a Kinect game is automatically ready for the Xbox Series X and Series X.
That's cool.
Like it's a full backwards compatibility. The Kinect is the only stopping point. For the PS4, Sony has already said anything that's released on the PS4 will work on the PS5, with the exception of it's 7 games. And they're not like VR games or any kind of weird peripheral or anything like that. They literally said, for some reason, these 7 games we can't get working. We don't know why. We're working on it. That kind of thing.
Interesting. Well, if it's just 7, then I don't think
it should be ready. Yeah, out of 800 something PS4 games, there's 7 that don't work. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
But everything else ready for this.
Yeah. This next one I've been kind of excited about, only because it has one of my favorite actors in it, and it's they have James McAvoy, they have Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe is in this game.
Dafoe.
Yeah, it's an interactive thriller about a man trapped in a time loop. So, Clay, you were telling me that it's basically you can redo in a time loop and redo decisions and see what it leads you to.
All the gameplay trailers I've seen so far, if you look at this kind of screenshot here, where it's a top-down perspective of this room, it's this is all I've seen so far. And apparently it's very story-driven. So it's very you choose what dialogue options to pick, what questions to ask, things like that. And you can then kind of change the story's outcome, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure type game. Yeah.
I'm assuming that this whole loop takes place in 12 minutes.
I'm assuming. The first trailer for this one came out last year, and it looked really interesting. It looks very, not my favorite kind of thing. It looks very drama heavy, very suspense drama. I'm not normally for that kind of thing, but it is coming to Game Pass, which I am a subscriber of, so I will be checking this out.
Yeah, that's cool. All right.
And Willem Dafoe.
And Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. By the way, he's
somewhat of a scientist himself,
Yes. I know that meme.
Spider-Man.
Got it.
Joe, that was a line from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
When he played Norman Osborn.
I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, this game comes out on the 19th of August, which is not too far from now, 5 days from today. Check it out. Willem Dafoe's on it. That's all that should matter. Is in there.
You have Willem Dafoe, who's great. You have James McAvoy. He was like Chuck X. And then you got Daisy Ridley, otherwise known as the lady who ruined Star Wars forever. So there you go.
That's
all right.
That's not right.
No, that's right. No, she easily the worst part of that trilogy. I'm just putting that out there.
Harsh. I thought it was good.
I didn't mind it.
It's not better than the original trilogy.
Or the prequel
trilogy.
The prequel trilogy, far better than that crap that came out a few years ago. Okay? All right.
I mean, we can have this debate on Discord, but let's get up.
We will.
All right, Road 96.
Sleeves.
Yeah. No one's road is the same. This is one of those procedurally generated games that I guess you're just going through a road trip that the description here is hitchhike your way to freedom in this crazy procedurally generated road trip. No one's road is the same.
You have to watch the trailers for this one, which this was shown off, I think it was last year's E3 was the first time we saw this. And it's very, again, kind of like 12 minutes. It's very story driven.
Hey, what's
it's very
up,
dialogue heavy. Hi, Ma Brand.
Thanks for following, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure $25 worth of Valve gift card did not entice you to that. But yes, enjoy.
She's like, what? I didn't know what you were talking about. What? Giveaway? Do you guys give away stuff? Yeah. No. This one. So if you see this, it's very story heavy, procedurally generated. So your story's going to change every time. But this is I have a feeling this game is going to get a lot of praise.
You know what it reminds me of? This is like the Raft, but on the road.
Okay.
You know, because that game is procedurally generated in a way, but you're just collecting items. You're just collecting mats.
I have not.
Oh, the Raft is still not even done. They're still like continuing on this.
Isn't the Raft like a survival game?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
But you
Was
get
that game you were playing that one time, Mel, with that dude who wouldn't shut up?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm glad that's the way that you defined it, so that way she knew exactly what date and time.
Pirate noises, and it was annoying as shit. I tried to shut him up.
There was this dude on Mel. She was streaming playing the Raft, and there was like one of her co-people in the group. I don't know. He kept doing this really awful, like, I mean, not even like entertaining. This really annoying pirate voice, and he wouldn't shut up. And I'm like, Mel, this is why nobody's watching your channel right now, because this guy will not shut the hell up. Like, if you mute him, you'll probably get some more people in here. Like,
hey, everyone has one.
Yeah, and then you mute that guy.
For us, it's you.
Hey, look. And good luck muting me.
I can't.
Well, the thing, I couldn't mute because if I muted the Discord, I couldn't hear everybody else.
Yeah.
So.
No, you can mute his channel on the Discord, like his person.
Anyways,
yes.
So this game comes out on the 16th, 2021. Available for Steam, Switch, and Epic Game Store. So enjoy that one if you're interested in survive. I don't even think this is a survival game. This is more
think a story-driven, like narrative-driven kind of interactive story, but that story is going to keep changing every time you play it.
Okay, I'm going to have a weird example that is kind of giving me a weird vibe is the Desert Bus with the story.
Oh, the one
Desert Bus? Like the Penn and Teller game?
Yes. I don't know. That's what the kind of vibe is given off to me.
Is it because it's in a desert and you're riding in a vehicle that's moving?
Wasn't there another game that took you from like whatever to Las Vegas or something like that? And it was like
that's Desert Bus. It's like Phoenix to Vegas.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yep. There's actually a VR version of that too.
I have no doubt.
Oh, goody.
I have no doubt.
Now I can feel like I'm actually taking a cross-state friggin' dry desert. All right. So next up, we got Space Invaders Invincible Collection for $60, Clay.
I by the way, the link I gave you guys is the Switch eShop version here.
Yeah.
I couldn't find like an official website for this. So like Taito has been the company that's been making and publishing Space Invaders for since like the 70s, right?
Yeah.
I could not find like a Taito website that was in English, because I think their main page is only in Japanese. But even with that, I couldn't even, like, digging through the Japanese site, I couldn't even find like the Space Invaders Invincible Collection site that I could like post so we could actually talk about this. But yeah, this is like it's a mishmash of Space Invaders re-releases over the years, which that's fine. I'm a fan of old school retro arcade games and stuff like that. I get it. But what you just said, $60 for Space Invaders?
Would you pay $60 for a Space Invaders Invincible collection? A collection. So it's not one game, but it's basically the same game, just done differently.
There's 60 versions of Space Invaders, so it's $1 each?
There are 11 games. And Joe, if you scroll down on there, you'll actually see their like little list of these games.
Yeah, they're...
So there's 11 Space Invaders games for $60, and it's
hey, if you want it, at least you're getting the same game in black and white or color. Okay, that's at least $4. Clearly,
I just don't see this. Like, I don't know. Like, would I ever buy this? Probably not. Because although I have a healthy respect for Space Invaders, it's not my favorite like retro arcade game. So like I don't really care. But if I were to buy this 11 Space Invaders games, I'd pay $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
this feels like, even at its
like,
best, feels like one of those like $20.
Yeah. On a good day, if I just had like an abundance of money in my eShop account or something, or like I won a gift card from somewhere, I'd spend $10.
Yeah.
But that 10 would be my cap. There's no way I'm paying more than $10 for Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Like that's like, this is like I wasn't even gonna mention this game, like just so we could shorten, like new releases for next week, until I saw the $60 price tag, and I was like, you are out of your minds.
Nintendo, this isn't brand new. This has been out for over
Space Invaders came out in the 1970s.
1978.
Yeah, it's the 70s. That's older than me, and I am old AF. Okay,
yeah. So.
I'm just like, $60 for Space Invaders? You get the hell out.
I don't think anyone would. I don't know of anyone that would pay $60 for this.
I think Taito is banking on like their history to sell this game.
Of course, and it's a collection, right? That's what they're selling it as.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can understand people that love the game and stuff like that, but I guarantee you they are not going to want to pay this full price.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be interested in seeing like the sales numbers on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, up next we have Rumor Control. This one Clay has been waiting for a while, but it's finally coming, and they're calling it. Again, this is rumor, so we're just gonna leave that on there.
Not confirmation.
Grain of salt. I know a guy who knows a guy whose dog works for Rockstar, and he said this, right?
Yep.
This is rumor. Now, interestingly enough, I was actually going to post this on a different article earlier this week. So like on Monday, when I first started putting, this week's news together, there was a report, and there's actually a link in this article for it. It's, where is it? It's, if you scroll, it's where it says announcing that the publisher had 3 remasters games in development. That takes you to PC Gamer. So Take-Two Interactive, who is the parent company for Rockstar Games, they actually said in one of their investor calls that they were working on 3 re-releases of older games. And so people, and so I was already going to talk about this anyway, because rumor was flying around that, hey, we're going to remake GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And then Kotaku released this one where they said, inside sources. So like Kotaku's already ahead of that article saying, we have confirmed reports from people, inside sources that says these remasters are going to be GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, which, as anybody knows, GTA 3 and Vice City are 2 of my favorite games of all time. But it's like, and with that, they said these games they're ripping out the renderware engine that ran those games in the past, and they're putting Unreal into it. So they're updating the way the games look and feel with an updated interface, but will still kind of feel classic enough for people who play the old ones.
Yeah. I gotta ask.
Are we going to get are these going to be GTA 5 visuals? No, not at all. But it's going to definitely look better than what we currently have if you play 3 and Vice City and San Andreas the way they are now. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
All right, I have a question for you. Would it be better to do what this rumor is stating that they're going to do, which is a remaster? Or do you feel like people would lose their minds if they just did a remake and it was completely brand new engine, a la the successor to
GTA 5 or something?
The successor to GTA 5, but with just this generation's technology, and just do all the games 1, 2, and 3 in that fashion.
Yeah.
Because remakes or remasters aren't remakes. They're
correct.
They're just brushed up something brand new, but it's still basically the same game. Yeah.
Well, so for all the people, and I think remasters in this case are a great idea, because there are gamers out there who have never played 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. The younger crowd is probably thinking, those games are 20 years old. Why would I want to play that? Even if you play them on console as well, like if you play Vice City or 3 or San Andreas, they play 180 degrees opposite from what a normal modern third-person shooter is now. 3 and Vice City do. San Andreas kind of tried to update it, but yeah, they play rough. They have really bad controls.
No, I
love the games because I'm used to it, but the younger crowd nowadays isn't going to go back and play this 20-plus-year-old game. Remastering it, giving it modern controls and a little bit cleaner, they're going to be all over.
And here comes the troll.
Yep.
How you doing, Dark?
But here's the question though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, the first 3D gen Grand Theft Autos are showing their age. But I don't think there's a lot of current generation and understands that those weren't even the first GTAs.
No, and
they were
I
the
don't
top-down GTAs.
Yeah, like GTA 1, 2 in London and the London spinoff. Yeah, those are like the old school top-down ones. I don't see them touching those ever again. Like those are out, they're available, people can play them for free. I think those are locked away. 3 is when the series really took off. So starting at 3 and re-releasing those or remastering those, I think this is a great idea. I think it was Umbraus who just said that people want 6. People want GTA 6. Yeah, I want GTA 6. I'm tired of 5. I've been playing it for like 7 years now. But it's like, GTA 6 is probably still another year or two away. So if this is a way that Rockstar and Take-Two can say, hey, let's make some more money off these other GTA games and re-release those or remaster those, it's a good move.
Yeah.
It's a good business move. I think it's going to keep more money coming in while they're, pushing GTA 6 out.
I think a lot of companies do this big release, then a couple of small releases, then another big release just to keep them relevant. Yeah. Because, Rockstar doesn't really have to do that too very often, but every single game release is usually like, they're starting to stretch out on the higher end of a decade per a huge release, right? So it's taking quite a while before we get another one. Why not just sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust for those gamers out there?
So this article basically says that these are being handled by Rockstar Dundee, who is one of their smaller studios. Rockstar North makes the mainline GTA series. They're currently theoretically working on GTA 6 because 6 has never been announced, right? Like Rockstar hasn't even acknowledged it. Rockstar Dundee is working on these. Supposedly they have experience doing other games in the series. This is a great idea. I know I'm not the only person who is chomping at the bit to play these games again. And I just went through all 3 of them like 3 years ago, again, for like the 800th time.
Yeah. Umbra says, I wouldn't mind a remastered series. Okay.
Great. So you've got these 3. I don't know what they would want to do with 1 to 2 in London, like maybe just up the physics a little bit, like make them a little better to handle and play. That would be fun. These top-down games are, they're really popular right now, kind of like The Ascent, the game that we're talking about getting into.
Yeah.
That's more of an isometric view, but it's the same type of style. Think of like Hotline Miami, Retro City Rampage, things like that. The top-down games are still viable. I just don't know how much money Rockstar would want to sink into them to like upgrade them. But 3 Vice City and San Andreas are monstrously popular games. They're still really popular with the speedrunning community as well. So like maybe the remastered series is like a new breath of life for these. All I know is I want to play them.
I just don't want to do the RC plane mission again in Vice. The one where you go into the construction building.
One, it's an RC helicopter, not an RC plane. God, people complain about that mission so much. It is not that hard.
You played it about 5 million times.
Yeah. You've also played it how many times?
Oh, like 1 million. But even when I first played it, it's not that difficult.
Yeah. I can already imagine
it's hard on
Clay,
PC.
Though. I can imagine Clay like having the joysticks and the throttle on his desk just to make sure he's able to do it flawlessly.
It's hard on PC because, and this is where the whole like remastered, maybe better controls comes into play. Grand Theft Auto, like the older Grand Theft Auto games on PC suck. Like you're using your WASD, right? Your WASD, and then you're using your number pad for more functions, and then the arrow keys. And it's like, so flying a helicopter on a keyboard is awful. Like I will fully understand that, but I played it on the PS2, man. That game is easy, That's
okay. The controller scheme already is bad on the first iterations of the 3D versions of Grand Theft Auto. But then Yeah, I can already see why it would be such a problem for PC players to be able to handle
even
that.
like flying in GTA 5.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing in GTA 5. Oh, on a keyboard? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
it's a video game. Use a controller.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
Yeah.
like...
Oh,
what the
trust me,
problem is.
that's all I use on GTA is a controller. I don't even touch keyboard for that.
Yeah.
All right, before we go on to the game news, we have a giveaway going on Twitch. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you'll be entered to win a $25 Steam gift card for one lucky follower of the 100 that follow us, I guess. Follow!
Do I get to enter?
No.
Damn it!
No, the rules state that no one employed or technically part of Nerd Junkies is eligible for this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Do I count as employed if I don't get paid?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
I still claim you on my taxes. All right.
I'm one of your like dependents on your taxes.
Yeah, right. You're one of my children. All right, let's go on to the next one. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but this is the game news. Back 4 Blood is still an open beta. The open beta without having to sign on is up now. I think it started on the 12th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to download this without having to sign it up for the WB stuff. I don't think you still have to do that anymore. I think you just download it on Steam now. But if you're a fan of anything like Left 4 Dead or basically Left 4 Dead, this is basically your successor to that. And Clay, myself, and Dark have all played a level of this, and Mel has been playing this as well. I think it's great. For the beta, I think it's great. There's definitely a couple of things that I wish that they would update or fix, which is the AI. The AI is completely useless in this game, and it's just like, can you not stand in the way of me grabbing more stuff? Or the AI will sometimes not even shoot at anything. It'll just stand there.
Yeah.
And it's
can you get off the turret and help me?
But once you have 4 live bodies playing this game, it is amazing.
I like it. I think it's really good. This screenshot you have here with the competitive multiplayer, I haven't even touched the multiplayer yet.
Oh no!
Like the whole versus mode that it has.
Yeah, the monsters versus the survivors.
Yeah, I haven't even touched that yet because I've just been having fun playing the campaign. I think I think this is a really solid game. There's a lot of people online saying like, is it worth the $60? And it's like, well, that all depends on how much you're going to get together with your friends and play stuff like this, because theoretically you'd be done with all the levels in a week, right? But for people like myself, this is coming to Game Pass, so you're already paying that subscription. You're going to get it. You can stop whenever you want.
So does that mean that, like my buddy Robert here, he has a PS5 now? Which congratulations for being able to capture a PS5.
Way to be one of the 20 people in the world who has.
Yeah. One of the 20 people who were able to get one.
Yeah.
So does that mean Back 4 Blood for PS5 is also open beta?
Yes. The beta is open across the board. So PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the next gen, current gen, previous gen. Yeah.
So PS4,
the beta is wide
PS5.
open. Yeah. So Robert could download it on the PlayStation Store and he could play with us.
Right. So the open beta is available right now. If you just go to the store, not only will you be able to play with other PS5 players, but you'll be able to play with PC players, Game Pass players, Stadia. Xbox players, everyone. It's a cool game. I don't know if you're cool with like having your kids play this. I mean, it's not as gory as I thought it would be, but it's definitely a fun game for multiplayer co-op. So I would definitely recommend it. But all right. We'll probably be playing this later this week. If you catch one of our streams, don't be shy to just jump on it with us if we have an open spot. All right. So
it says the beta ends August 16th at noon Pacific time.
So we got 2 days to fill up our bellies with some Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
If you guys want
to play it this weekend, I'm cool.
Maybe tomorrow.
And it's a pretty small download too. I think it's only like 18 gigs.
It was like 17, I believe. Maybe it was 18.
It's not that bad.
No.
All right, let's go on to the next one. I did not even know this was a thing until I saw it this morning from Clay's script. A Marvel Xcom game will reportedly let players make their own superheroes, and I think this is basically stating that no original Marvel characters are part of XCOM's Marvel version.
Correct. Yeah, so this is an officially licensed Marvel game. So like, and I don't
That's
know.
so weird.
Joe, Mel, have you all ever played XCOM before?
I played the second. It wasn't the second release. It was like an expansion pack. I played that for like 10 minutes, but it's just not my type of game.
Honestly, me neither. So XCOM, if you don't play those, they're kind of like an isometric view strategy tactical game where you're placing people around like a map or like a grid area kind of thing to be able to attack without getting all your people killed and everything like that. This one was announced a little while ago, Marvel XCOM, and there's a big community for the XCOM series. Like, these are really popular games. And Marvel just putting that in there, hopefully you're just going to up the popularity. I know Avengers still hasn't taken off as a game, but Marvel XCOM, everybody's like, oh, hey, that'd be awesome. Maybe we can get like people's, certain abilities and powers in there and try to shake it up. And then this article came out, and I'm not going to play this because I don't play XCOM games, but I was like, oh, interesting. So it's only create a character. So like, they're not going to have you put like Iron Man on the map so he can blast somebody, or Thor over here. And
I would think that you'd be able to borrow aesthetics from each hero, but not necessarily like their entire likeness. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought and honestly, like, I like the idea of games like this where they take place in the Marvel universe or in, or things that are inspired by a specific universe, be it Marvel or any other thing out there, but they give you the ability to make your own person.
Right.
And like, I thought that was really cool. And like, I'm not mad at this at all. I think it's a really neat idea. I would like something more of like an Avengers style game, like a third person action multiplayer game, where you can create your own character. Kind of like, if you all remember, like this is a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it got shut down, but there was that game City of Heroes.
Ah, yes.
You remember that? Where it was like a superhero MMO, where you kind of like created your own superhero.
They also made a City of Villains as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, like, I think games like that are really clever, where you can like make your own superhero, customize your own powers and things like that. So I think this is a cool idea. I just think it's kind of weird that they're calling it Marvel XCOM, and then there's no Marvel people in it.
Well, to be fair, there's nothing in here that says you won't be able to see Marvel characters or Marvel superheroes as like joining up with you at some missions. That would make sense to me, but it kind of sucks that you would call it Marvel and not being able to play any of the Marvel characters.
Like I said, I found it to be an odd choice, but I'm all for games where they let you create characters and customize things like that.
Right.
I always find that more interesting. Like, for instance, when like Saints Row was a thing. Like, when Saints Row came out, you can customize your character to do whatever you want, and they just put that character into cutscenes. And then when you played like GTA 4, it was like, I mean, Nico Bellic is cool and all, but how much cooler would it have been if it was your character?
I see what you mean.
Or like when like Tony Hawk Underground came out, and it was like your character was the star of the show, not Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Or,
I guess it was just a matter of like, hey, what's up? Eric Day official. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Hello.
I think it's just
Do you want to go?
No.
Listen. Miko. Miko Bellic.
Decline.
I just went through GTA 4 like 2 months ago for like, the third time or something like that. And just because it's been a while since I played it. And yeah, you get so many damn phone calls from people who just want to hang out and play pool and go bowling and all that. And it's every time I'm just like, cancel. No, go away. I don't care.
You know what's weird though is when I'm sitting in GTA 4 and I'm just like getting phone calls like, this is exactly what I would be doing in real life.
Yeah.
Don't call me, text me. If I think that it's valid enough for me to talk to you about it, it's still going to be text. And if it's an emergency, then I'll call.
You do get text in that game though, where it'll be like, little Jacob will text you and be like, Nico, you want to go bowling or play pool or something like that? You know, like it does happen. It's just so many people in that game are just like, they just endlessly hit you up, or like the girls that you date, you know, and it's just like, oh hey, you do nothing for the story, leave.
Yeah. It kind of made me sad on that first dating simulation where you take her bowling or whatever, and it was just like, I kind of know that this isn't going to work out from the get, but whatever. Because I think she's like an FBI agent or something like that.
Spoilers.
I mean, it's GTA 4.
Yeah, she's like, she's working for the government because like they're also blackmailing her, kind of like they're doing you.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, GTA 4 is a good game. Okay, like everybody should play that.
Yeah. All right. Well, the big news of this week, I don't know why it's so huge. I honestly didn't expect this, but at the same time, I didn't think there was going to be a Sonic movie too, you know, a Sonic 2 out there.
Well, okay, did you see the first one?
Yes.
Which, by the way, I liked it. I thought it was really fun.
But you liked it because of one person.
Jim Carrey.
Of course.
Jim Carrey was amazing in it.
Yeah.
He was so good in that movie.
Some small interactions between Sonic and the I don't know who he was, like the dad or whatever, or the older gentleman or whatnot that was around him the entire time. Some of those interactions were great, but Jim Carrey the entire time was just like the only thing that we were paying attention to, and it was hilarious.
Because he stole the movie. It was so good. But Eric Day has it here. The first one left it open for a sequel. So when they made the first one, they weren't even planning on a sequel.
Yeah.
And then they kind of drop a cliffhanger at the end of it, right? Like with like Tails showing up.
But it was Tails.
Yeah, okay. And then it's like, okay. And then they said, oh, you know what? We are going to make a sequel because the first one actually did really well.
Like a kind of a Easter egg about Sonic meeting Knuckles' tribe or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. He was running from something in that
in the very beginning.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, they're there. They have Knuckles."
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the Sonic universe to like actually know who those guys were. If
does anybody know?
I
mean, apparently there was some cross-species romance going on in some of the games, so I'm just gonna leave that there.
No.
Like Sonic 06, where it was like Sonic's macking on that human girl, and it's like, what is happening right now? Yeah.
No, we are not doing this today.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, but apparently, maybe in addition to Tails, we now have Knuckles. Played by Idris Elba, who has an awesome voice, so I am down.
Dude, he does have an awesome voice, but at the same time...
I am happy. And Zero says Clay likes the movie. What? Yeah, I like lots of movies.
Yeah.
I just also dislike a lot of them.
Just not Resident Evil. Don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Since you brought... No, I'm kidding.
Oh, please no.
Hey, you gotta admit.
The total rant.
The change. We'll go on with that one. All right, I'll leave it alone. But Idris Elba, is that a voice that you can see Knuckles in?
No.
It's just something that I never pictured Knuckles to be, but I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna like morph his voice to be a little bit more high pitched, because that is a scruffy voice, man. Almost to the point where it's like, is he the villain? Is he
Knuckles is supposed to be a badass, right? So like even in that whatever that game came out a few years ago that was awful, when they kind of revamped everybody's look, like Knuckles was like this big brutish looking dude. So maybe
Sonic Boom, I think it's
Sonic Boom. There you go. I was like the one where like Sonic just had tape all over him.
Yeah, right.
And Tails was like a nerd now, and it was
Knuckles just looked like he was what is it? Like he was missing leg day or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He totally skipped leg day. Yeah.
I think wasn't that from the actual trailer where he was just like this tall Knuckles character, and then all of a sudden like his legs were just like,
yeah,
like spaghetti noodles.
I don't know. I just know I'm in. I thought the first one was great.
Do you think?
I'm in.
Do you think that Jim Carrey will be back for this one? Did they
absolutely?
It?
Yes.
Absolutely. He was the reason the first one was so successful. He has to be in this one.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping that Sonic 2 ends up as good as Sonic 1 or better. That
Dark
would be
Zero
a weird
says-
thing.
Dark Zero says, imagine Jim Carrey was in Resident Evil. It would probably make a better Resident Evil. Not kidding.
Yeah.
It would be more
I would
comedy
love to
than
see-
horror.
Jim Carrey could show up as the Mask in Resident Evil, and it would be better than what we got.
No. Hold on. Here's
Here
a
we go.
casting change. Jim Carrey as Wesker. Oh, that would be amazing.
So Wesker in like Resident Evil remake, like 0 and 1, or like taking that Wesker and moving forward, which extended up to like 5.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey would play that awesome. Because he has like this very dry thing going on with his voice all the time. And it was like, Jim Carrey, even if he made it just sound ridiculous, I would love that.
Yeah.
Wesker in the original like Resident Evil was just kind of boring. He was just, ha ha, tyrant, ha ha ha,
All right. Eric Day has the internet points. 2 internet points on the. Jim Carrey should have shown up as the Mask in Loki as one of his variants. Yes. That would have been
Carrey for that.
Yeah, that would have been amazing if we just like saw glimpses of like Jim Carrey in the Mask like being handcuffed in the background. That would have been awesome. Good one. All right, let's go on to the next one, shall we?
I haven't seen Loki, but I get the reference.
Dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you not seen any of the shows on Disney Plus or anything?
No.
Really?
No, because in my experience, Marvel TV shows are usually terrible. So
not Disney Pluses so far.
So like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucked, and then Daredevil sucked.
Yes.
And then I watched the first episode of Jessica Jones, and I was like, I'm out. I'll just watch the movies. I'm out.
How about, did you see any of The Punisher?
No.
Okay, so those are Netflix's, right?
Yeah.
This is Disney Plus's TV series, and they are by far better than anything that has come out since then. That's my opinion. I don't know how anybody else feels.
WandaVision is my favorite of the 3 that came out.
It is
Loki
so
was
good.
second, and Captain and Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, excuse me, I'd say was okay.
Would you be willing to watch these series on a movie night on our Plex server?
I mean, I think you mean on Disney Plus, which is the legal way of watching them.
I am a subscriber of Disney Plus, so I'm okay.
I am as well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Chat, let him know if that's what series you think that he would enjoy, but obviously it comes with some Marvel knowledge, right? Because there's a lot of Easter eggs in those shows that are just like, oh, that was from this movie, and that was from this movie, and this references that movie.
I watch all the movies. I get that.
Did you watch them in order?
I mean, no, I watched them all when they came out in theaters. Yeah. So
my wifey and I are right now watching all the Marvel movies in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
Which now that Shang-Chi is going to be released or is released, I don't know where that falls into the timeline yet.
Well, so I've seen them all multiple times, so like I'm not confused on like the timeline or anything like that. Yeah, so like I'm fine with that part of it. I don't know, like I have not seen any of the Disney Plus TV shows, but the ABC and Netflix ones I watched, I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, they weren't as good.
I'm not watching any of those.
The ones from ABC and Netflix weren't as good in my opinion because they kind of like did away with the whole like MCU chronological order of things, except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That stood along pretty well with it. But it also introduced characters in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that aren't in movies right now, and they don't reference them in any of the movies at all. Like Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider in Marvel's of S.H.I.E.L.D. or in the S.H.I.E.L.D. show is not referenced anywhere. So it's just like it's kind of like it feels disconnected from anything, right? So that's why I feel like a lot of it. Who knows if he will return it for anything in MCU, but whatever. But yeah, let's go on.
Nick Cage, bro. We need more Ghost Rider.
Yeah, those were okay.
Those were bad.
Yeah.
No, they were bad.
All right, let's go on with Diablo 2. I guess we're gonna get some free access, early access to the beta.
So I put this in the Discord yesterday. It's my understanding that, okay, so if you pre-order the game, you get into the beta. That's just how it works.
Awesome.
Like, they'll just send you the code right now. Yesterday they had a thing, and if you were in the Discord, you would have seen it. But it's like yesterday they had a thing where it was basically like a Twitch drop system. Like if you watched 2.5 hours of Diablo 2 yesterday, you got a free beta code. So I don't know. Do we have any diehard Diablo fans here?
I just kind of wish
dying to get their hands on Diablo 2, or
Diablo 1 remastered would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I would have enjoyed playing it chronological order, just because I didn't get to enjoy it as much when I was a kid.
Yeah. But yeah, the beta is now open. You just have to pre-order to get into it.
Yeah. Eric is like, I was never into Diablo. It's a hit and miss, to be honest with you, because back in the early, or I would say like mid to late 90s, it was a huge thing. People were kind of like, let me show you my Pokemans, because the internet wasn't there as much. I think the only way you can play was from the early version was through like a tunnel. Somebody created a tunnel and was able to do like local LAN, but it was a private network. And that was just because you were a nerd and able to do it. It wasn't something that came out of the box like that. So, but I remember Dark being a huge fan of all the Diablos, because he would bring them over, and I'm just like, it's just not my type of game. Just
Dark,
not.
are you, when you say you got it, did you get into the beta, or like, have you played it yet, or is it mind-blowing? Because Diablo 2, but cleaner and better looking now.
I mean, it looks amazing.
Yeah. From what I watched yesterday, it looks like it's a prettier version of Diablo 2, which that's what it is, right? Like this is a remaster of the game. Yeah. Like they're not rebuilding it, they're just cleaning it up.
Yeah. And and I don't even know if they're sprites anymore.
No, it's probably like 3D models or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's if you want to get into the early access, the open beta is going to be up. Check it out. We put the link on the chats if you want to find out more about it. But yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected coming out soon.
Yeah, Dark, I'm pretty sure I have a code if you want to be our representative to play it.
Yeah, because more than likely we're not gonna.
I'm not going. I don't even have a PC that'll run it. So like,
and I have a PC that could run it 18 times, and I don't want to run it.
Yeah, so it's like, if you want to play it, let me know, and I'm pretty sure I have a code. So it's like, I'll get you into it. Yeah.
It does look way better. That's true.
If you just love Diablo, check it out, pre-order it, get into the beta, whatever. It's all good. I played the beta for Diablo 3, and I was like, yeah, this isn't my type of game. So it's like, whatever.
Time for some Twitch news, the very platform that we're on right now. Let's talk crap about them, shall we? No, I'm just playing.
Dude, darn Twitch.
They took my followers.
Took my job.
So apparently as of today, they're going to be telling you why you got banned, or at least tell you the reasons why you're getting banned or you're getting timed out or anything like that. They're going to start telling you what it is you did, instead of just being like, all of a sudden I can't do anything. Who do I contact? Where's the 1-800 number for this free service that I don't pay for?
I thought this was okay. Like, this is good, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is a good move. But Joe, Mel, we've been around since the beginning of Twitch.
Yes.
Like, we were here when it basically turned from Justin TV to Twitch.
Yes.
And so that was what, 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, it's quite a while.
We were
here way before.
How are we, like, how is this just now happening? You know, this is like, to me, this is like, wow, we're just now finding this now.
Yeah.
Like, this should have been ages ago.
Eric Day makes a point. I don't know if everybody's aware with Dr. Disrespect. He's a high-profile Twitch streamer, very entertaining. He's right up your alley, Clay, with his attitude.
I've never I've heard the name, obviously, because he's he's quite popular, and I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen articles about him and stuff. I've never seen a single stream of this guy.
Yeah. So I
have no idea.
He mostly plays FPS, showing off his skills. He does a lot of tournaments and all this other stuff, and he's always playing the Dr. Disrespect character. But there has been some controversy with why all of a sudden Twitch's one of their biggest streamers, which was Dr. Disrespect, got completely banned. And there was no explanation of why that happened. Even Dr. Disrespect didn't state anything about how that happened or how that came to be. At least Eric can, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's been an update on that. But basically, it was just like, you're banned. That was it. But he had hundreds of thousands of viewers at all times, basically. So now it's like they didn't give a reason or anything like that, and so maybe Eric Day might be right. This might actually give us the reasoning why somebody gets banned. And then he was just in the news the other day as well, like 2 days ago. He's partnering with some game publisher to it's like they're offering. It's like their whole business venture is to help promote streamers who are worthy of it or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Eric Day says, not to my knowledge, supposedly even he doesn't know why he was banned. So here's the thing why I don't believe that he doesn't know why he was banned. I believe he's either contracted under NDA not to say or whatever, because he was that big up the ladder. I would think if it's your bread and butter, that's how you're making your money along with other venues, you're gonna know why the hell, and you're gonna fight why it was banned. You're not just gonna be like, oh, I don't know, I'm just gonna go over to YouTube now. He knows why.
I was just gonna ask that. So is he on YouTube Gaming now?
I don't know. I don't know what he's on now. I know there was mention of YouTube Gaming. I don't know if Eric Day knows. Oh, I definitely think he knows, but that's based off of what he has said, but I think he's lying, of course, because look,
probably some deal that he's not allowed to talk about it or something.
It's usually an NDA. You don't want to talk bad about your employer, but yet at the same time they found out that you got banned, so you got to save face, because that's the only way you're going to keep your revenue coming in. So that's my opinion. I think that's what happened.
Umbra said something that I was going to mention. There was another person who also got banned for 3 months, and apparently their explanation is by accident. She was gone for 3 months, and they never told her anything until 3 months later, and they said, "Oh, sorry, it was an accident."
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right. Well, I don't know if this person who got banned by accident is a huge streamer. But could you imagine somebody making 6 figures on Twitch, and then Twitch being like, "Oopsies, I made a poopsies. Oops." Could you imagine that? I just don't think that that's something that's legitimate. I think to make that kind of mistake is a fireable offense on their end.
That's why you gotta be careful on TikTok. They really do. They never tell you anything either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, these are private companies. They don't have to do crap, right? But it's just like it's the bare minimum to do. You're just telling them why you got banned, and that way you can fix it instead of just losing talent to YouTube. My opinion.
I get it.
Or one of the worst deals in streaming history, Ninja with Mixer.
He made out like a bandit on that one.
Dude, I totally get it. I totally get that he made a lot of money, but Microsoft has to be feeling kind of dumb on that one.
Oh, for them it was probably just like whoever made that call to basically give Mixer to Facebook. Yeah. They were like, what about the 10 million we just put into Ninja? And they were like, Oops.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it's just
it's
just,
like
it's
we're
just
Microsoft.
things.
Oops.
For companies, it's just the optics of things, right? It's not the money; it's just the optics. Everybody knows that they spent this money on this person to bring more people onto Mixer, and it just backfired in their face.
Yeah.
But let's go on to the next one, shall we? This one you put it as two separate things. So, report
I just
reveals
put this under updates.
So
Activision
we're doing
Blizzard
okay.
updates.
This is now going to be some sort of segment where we talk about Activision Blizzard updates because it's just been so much on the internet for
every week. There's more, and it's like, all right, what is the latest update on Activision Blizzard?
Yeah. So go ahead.
This one here, this doesn't really tie into the whole like. All like the whole California lawsuit, you know, the sexism and all that stuff. That doesn't have anything to do with this. I just thought this was like a really interesting article here. If anybody ever thinks, I want to get into the game industry, and how do you do that? You start out at the bottom as like a tester or something like that. Yeah, this article is a really good read because it is interviews that Polygon did with a bunch of basically game testers who work for Activision and Blizzard. And it's just like, yeah, this is the worst job ever. Okay. It's basically, for the most part, very rarely are you actually hired on by the company. It's all just temp contract work. And because of the way they make games, everything is crunch heavy all the time. Like there's stuff in here. There's people who work for like basically 3 months straight without a day off. And they make like $12 an hour. And it's like, yeah, like this is horrible working conditions here.
It's a sad realization because you know the people that are trying to enter the game industry are just so happy-go-lucky to want to give their time and effort into getting in there, so they will spend the 14-hour days at $12 an hour because they're able to do that because they're enthusiastic. But then again, the company turns around and knows that, and they're like, all right, if you want to get into the industry, make sure my game gets done in 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's just like you burn so many people out like that.
Like this is just awful. Like, but game testing is not a fancy good job to have. It's horrible. But yeah, just like reading the accounts on this, like I said, it is an interesting read just to be like, man, they really just treat their people like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any sort of job that you're just automating and redundant, or automating and it's just like no brainer for you to do, they're gonna take advantage of whatever. Yeah. Because even look at Amazon, like they're trying to replace their human workforce with robots by just investing so much money in automation. But at the same time, it's just like they're still gonna keep on using those bodies just to get it going. Sounds just like Nerd Junkies, except they pay. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I had no innocent.
Hey. I pay in friendship.
You paid me with a t-shirt, man.
Wait, so are you all saying I'm the boss? Am I the boss? Is that what you're saying?
We paid you with a discount on a t-shirt? Oh, wait. Clearly, you're not the boss, because if you remember, the boss doesn't do anything.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
But technically,
Clay,
you find the news.
Yeah.
So technically, you're not the boss either.
And I do the tech things. So
wait a minute. I think Zero's the boss because all he does is bitch all the time.
Zero, bro. When am I gonna get paid, yo? You talk to me about that raise.
I think all he does is complain and bitch. So
put that shit in my hand.
I think Zero's the boss of Nerd Junkies.
It's always telling me about how the audio's not working, cracking whips.
Yeah. Like Joe's running late playing games with us.
Oh.
Wait a minute, this is like back when we used to do Nerd Junkies, like years ago and stuff like that. That was me at that point. I was the director.
Mel was the director.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Let's go on to the next one, because this one I am completely clueless on, but I am so interested because it's my favorite. Like, I know it's Jesse McCree, right?
Jesse McCree.
Does this have to do with anything about the McCree character on Overwatch?
Okay, fantastic question. So in another round of firings, Diablo 4 game director Luis Barriga, I don't know, lead designer Jesse McCree, and World of Warcraft designer Jonathan LeCraft were all fired from Blizzard. Jesse McCree, yes, that is the same name as the dude from Overwatch, and I think we talked about this last week, but when Overwatch was first being built and they were creating all the characters and everything, they already had the design of the McCree character, like the scarf and the hat and all that stuff. They already had that there, but they didn't have a name. And they were coming up with all these names and nobody was happy with anything. And then they basically said, you know who has a great name for a cowboy? Jesse McCree. And it was like a dude right over there. And they were like, hey, can we use your name and sign here and all that stuff? So they basically took his name and he agreed to it. It was all legal and everything like that. But now that Jesse McCree has been fired from Blizzard because his involvement with all this crap that's going on, it's like that leaves a really bad taste in everybody's mouth. So it got to the point where last week, so the Overwatch League is still happening, right? Like it's still there, which I think the Overwatch League, those people do great work. So like, even though Blizzard has a really bad reputation right now, I think the Overwatch League is rising above.
Okay.
The Overwatch League, like the commentators who like call all the matches and, you know, like all that, they're not even using his name anymore. They're just saying cowboy. So like, here comes the cowboy with the high noon. You know, like,
wait,
they're
what?
not even like, they don't even say the name McCree anymore because they don't want this guy's name on the game.
Hold up though.
Yeah.
Eric Day Official says, I'm honestly all for this personally.
Yeah.
But McCree is McCree. Like, he is a character. He has no connection towards
the simple
any
fact
sexual harassment lawsuits.
That his namesake came from that guy. They're basically ignoring his name now, and there's actually like there's a big movement right now to rename the character.
What?
What?
Yeah, so it's like there's this whole big movement in the background, which I'm not saying Blizzard should do that. I mean, I think they should, but okay, Blizzard, this is more than just renaming text on a screen. They have to re-record like tons of lines and like refilm videos and do all that stuff. Like this, for them to rename that character would be a lot of work. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm not against it if it did. Like when Peter Parker got replaced in the new Spider-Man game, like with that new face model, I still hate that. That's a horrible change. But if Blizzard,
you're talking about the PS4 versus PS5 version, right?
The PS4, PS5, like new Peter, old Peter. I hate new Peter. Sorry, bro.
Sorry to that model or actor.
Whoever the actor is who did that, I realize it's not your fault. I get it completely, but I like old Peter was better. But like for this, if when Overwatch 2 launches, if they go, oh, by the way, his name's no longer McCree, it's, you know, Blacksmith McGee or something, you know, it's like whatever, you know, I would be, or Mad Dog Tannen, you know, like I would be okay with that.
I just feel like you give more power to the whole purpose if you actually like pay attention to that.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like...
who is
if anything, fine. Retire the character and introduce some sort of like, because even Overwatch 2, they're making him out to look a little bit older, right? Because it's in the future. Then just kill him off in a. I
was about to say they just easily just kill him off.
Yeah, and then just introduce somebody who's related. Done.
Or like so. McCree's backstory is like him and Ash were in the like Deadlock gang, and it's like, or maybe you just get rid of McCree and bring in another Deadlock gang member who has his exact same skill set.
Amazing.
You know, like It's no longer McCree. It's now this girl or this black dude, or it's like whatever. It's like, but this guy also can high noon and fan his gun and roll around. But because
I'm not taking away from the fact that I totally get that this guy's name is tied to a character just because that he was part of Blizzard, but I feel like just putting a mustache on and changing his last name is not going to achieve the same effect that.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't even want them to replace the character because Matt Mercer, the voice actor of McCree, does such a dynamite job.
Great.
Yes.
I wouldn't want any other voice in that game. Like, I think he does such a good job that so just change his name.
There you go.
Just take away Jesse McCree and put Mad Dog Tannen. From that. There you go.
Yee McCree.
Yeah, Yee McGee. Who's the? God, I'm trying to think of this shows my age. Back in the 80s and 90s, there was like a Hanna-Barbera cowboy dog cartoon.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's getting away from me as well.
Cowboy dog.
It's like Hound Dog something.
I'm only okay. Now the only thing that's coming up in my head is Chop Suey.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, was it not a dog? Quick Draw McGraw.
Yeah, Quick Draw.
That was it.
Quick Draw McGraw. It looks like he's a horse, actually, so that's my bad. Quick Draw McGraw. Call him Quick Draw McGraw. There you go. Or, like I said, Mad Dog Tannen from Back to the Future 3. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, but now what is his belt gonna say? Because it can't be Bam.
It could be Banff.
It says
that has nothing to do with McCree.
I mean, doesn't it?
No, he's a badass mofo.
I know, but
yes.
It implies that he only badass moms fudgers.
Badass mother fathers.
What are you trying to get at here? Okay.
Quick Draw McClay doggy. I'm down. Let's do this.
Yeah, but
Indeed.
in other words, we were talking about this one, right? So it's a nightmare at Blizzard right now, and I don't feel for them because it's just bad management on their part from what we're reading, but it sucks because it's just going to trickle down to the gamers eventually.
Yeah. But all in all,
they're still going to be calling them Jesse McCree.
Rename the character.
Yeah.
Done.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to, I believe it's our, no, we still we got
2 more.
Quake Con Schedule is up and ready for people to consume. So what do we got
Joe,
here?
I wanted your thoughts on this. If you pull this up, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. I know I'm going to look to you to be the SME, if you will, on QuakeCon, because this deals with your wheelhouse here. And that's like the arena shooter kind of genre. So like, do you even care about this?
Since my days back in like Quake 3, Quake 4, I only really cared about like releases and trailers about like Doom or anything like that was coming out recently. But that's been the highlight for QuakeCon. Everything else has always been like the same competitors, the same names, the same tournaments, and it's just been like Quake Champions isn't even like a real thing anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I entirely forgot about that.
Yeah, Quake Champions
that was that weird free microtransaction game that they came out a few years ago.
Well then if that's the free microtransaction, then what was Quake Live?
That was another one.
And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, dude, from a tournament level style game, I just don't know if Quake is justified if that's what they're selling it to. But if from a hey, Bethesda's gonna be dishing out whatever's next for QuakeCon, I believe there's gonna be a new Quake. I believe they've already, like, for rumor control, I think they've already teased it that Quake is gonna make a return, especially with like that high res video that they showed off like a couple months ago. So Quake is more than likely going to make a huge return as a single player game, possibly, but I wouldn't doubt that there wouldn't be like a multiplayer aspect to it, because that is literally how they keep that game alive.
I mean, if you look at the schedule, there's like, it's not just Quake, because this is like, Bethesda has a few things on here. So there's Fallout 76 stuff, there's Doom Eternal stuff, right? Elder Scrolls Online stuff. It's like, There's a whole lot of stuff
It's
in here.
a lot.
It's like Quake Con is now just Bethesda in general.
Yeah.
Bethesda Con.
Yeah.
I think
so
I
it's
think
like-
only because it just hits on that first person shooter. Any IP that Bethesda own that's also part of that can just piggyback off of QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you look here, we got Fallout 76.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, like
I don't know why there's an event called Balls with Friends.
I don't know. But yeah, like I didn't even know this was happening. I saw this on Twitter because I think I follow Bethesda and they talked about it. And I was like, oh, QuakeCon is still a thing? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, like, maybe Doom Eternal multiplayer championships or something like that? Because that's, like, their latest big shooter. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was very, I was like, oh, QuakeCon. I wonder, because I don't know much I don't know many people who still play stuff like this.
I'll check it out. I'll see what's
Yeah.
up, and then I'll report back for, what was it? What is this? This is for August 20th to the 21st?
Next weekend. Yeah.
Damn, that's
Next
pretty
weekend.
short. August
So, like-
19th. Okay, 3 days.
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. What do we got next? We got the last one is the Evo Online article that we were going to talk about.
Evo Online is, so there's, this is from their Twitter feed. You can see a schedule of events that are going to be happening in the coming weekend. Actually, there's one today. So this one actually covers this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. This one covers this weekend. And then I believe this is going to be the finals until November, when we talked about this, I think, a few shows ago, where they're going to have an in-person kind of finals in Las Vegas.
Oh, but only them,
this
right?
It's only like for the finalists.
So
so
still on
this-
stream.
This should be going on right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Do we have a Twitch channel that we can recommend?
I mean, Evo?
Just
Like Twitch TV/Evo?
Let's check it out. Twitch.tv/Evo.
Because like back in the day when it was in person here in Vegas, there was like 6 of them. It was like Evo, Evo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And then there was like Capcom Fighters was like where like all the Street Fighter stuff was. But yeah, it's like this is going on right now. So I mean, are you seeing
Yeah.
anything on there?
Yeah, they're online right now. I think they're doing Street
Okay.
Fighter 5 right now, so it's
Okay.
it's going on at this moment in time. So that's where we're gonna leave it off at, because Evo is definitely an event to watch for, because some of the craziest things happen there. My favorite moment of Evo was the Punko one back in like Super Street Fighter 4, was it? Super Street Fighter? No, it was Super Street Fighter 4. Where he was just dominating with Seth.
Oh, is that when he destroyed like Daigo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a perfect for one round, and I was just like, holy crap, nobody prepared for this character at all, because nobody thought that they were gonna work. They were gonna use this character. But yeah,
Street
he
Fighter
just
5's on there right now. Which I mean, Evo's a big deal, right? Like this is, if you like fighting games, this is like the World Series. You know, this is like the best it gets.
right.
We're just in this weird kind of online thing right now, which is kind of weird for Street Fighter because Street Fighter's netcode really sucks. So like a lot of people aren't happy with that anyway. But maybe the one in November when it's actually in person for like the grand finals of everything, because it'll be local at that point, it'll be a better show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that, man.
Mhm.
But cool. All right, so that's pretty much the game news for this week. We're gonna be back here next Saturday, unless Clay, you mentioned something at some point that maybe you'd be out. Mel.
I'm here, bro.
Not that I know of.
All right, let's play some games then. All right, so next week, Saturday, same time, same channel, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I got that down. Sweet.
It's like you're finally learning time zones.
I'm finally learning them.
Yeah. Or,
Joel, now
or,
that you jinxed it, you're not going to say it right ever again.
or you
Yeah.
know what? We'll make it easy on you and say like, you know, like 12 p.m. Joel time, 3 p.m. Mel time.
Yeah, that'll work.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. We'll see you next week. Hit us up on our Discord at nerdjunkies.com/Discord. And then also, if you're continue to check on the giveaway if you're part of the 100 followers on nerdjunkies.com/giveaway. We'll talk to you next week. Hope everybody has fun. Join us for games throughout the entire week, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Back for blood. Back for blood.
Back for blood.
Back for blood.
Back for blood.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god. No. Calm down.
Whee.
Blood for backs.
Blood.
Let's do this.
Blood backs 4.
4 blood backs.
Yeah. Back bloods 4.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
It's been a while since I've done that.
Later.